Yeah, yeah, yeah. The mic sounds nice and the mic sounds right. Welcome to the Just Bake channel. This is not your, and unfortunately this week, not even his co-host, Lil Mattress. Once again, every now and then this happens. The band is still together. The band has not broken up. The band won't break up. The war continues. The war will always continue. It's endless. This is Infinity Wars. Watermelon versus Pumpkin podcast, episode 34. This week will be a strictly pumpkin podcast. Unfortunately, schedules sometimes mess up. We always try to get you to both of us, but like I said, occasionally it won't happen, but you will still get a podcast every week. Sometimes family stuff gets in the way. Sometimes babysitters don't show up on time. Sometimes people got to go to work early. You never know, man. We're not making no fucking money. This is how we do it. So, yes, unfortunately, this week, it will just be a white man, which I understand in today's day and times, this is the worst thing that you could possibly hear. But we're going to be back with a second episode this week on Friday. Thursday, me and Young Pastry are headed out to Philadelphia to go to preseason game 4 of the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Jets. So we're going to be out there just for the day. Gonna shoot some podcasts on the way down. Gonna definitely shoot one down there while we're tailgating to talk about the adventures of the day, things of that nature. So stay tuned. Like I said, you're gonna get this podcast normal time, normal everything, normal whatever. Every Wednesday, as you know, we drop it. And we're going to drop another one on Friday, and then we'll be back regular schedule, regular watermelon in the house next Wednesday. So big things happening, big things coming. I mean, more of the same pretty much, but which is big stuff. So that's what it is. But once again, welcome to the Watermelon versus Pumpkin podcast. That's Watermelon vs. Pumpkin.com. Hit this hotline, man, 203-594-6977. That's call or text. As you know, we don't do the show live. We record the show, then put it out. So if you call or text, man, if you want some promo, if you want to talk some shit, 203-594-6977. Let us know what's up. Let us know if you got any suggestions of things that you'd like to hear. Let us know if you, let us know what's on your mind. Let us know how you think we're doing, man. The downloads are up. We've been on a slow climb, and as long as we are climbing, we're both happy, man. That's what it is. If people are listening, if you want to listen, you can listen anywhere that podcasts are available. You know about iTunes, you know about Spotify, you know about Spreaker, even, I think. Where else, man? Anywhere that you can listen to a podcast, we're up there. If you want to watch us, obviously, you know YouTube is the place to be. The merchandise, man, if you guys want to support merch-wise, watermelonvspumpkin.com is not the place to go. That's where you go for the podcast. But wvpshop.com to support us if you choose to with the merchandise, man. We got shirts up there. We got hoodies because you know that fall season is coming. Hoodie weather. That's what it is, man. Yeah. We got the shirts. We got the hoodies. We got the socks. We got plenty of stuff up there. We got mugs up there. Come on, man. Yeah, like I said, if you want to support, believe me, we're not getting rich off this. We're just two guys that like to get together and shoot that shit because we've been friends and we would be shooting the shit if the camera wasn't on. So, like I said, if you want to support, wvpshop.com or gbiclothing.com. Plenty of stuff up there with the Watermelon versus Pumpkin themes. Also, the I Love Watermelon t-shirts are up there. The I Love Pumpkin t-shirts up there. We're going to try to get some new pumpkin-related merch for the season as it's coming. You know, the fall season. We're trying to get some pumpkin spice jokes up there. Maybe pumpkin spice for life, all pumpkin everything. Who knows? But we should have some new stuff up there coming. So gbiclothing.com, wvpshop.com. I should know my own stuff. Lilmattress.com. You know me, Lil Mattress on all social media, everything like that. Young Pastry on all social media, wherever you want to see it. And also, if you want to see our beautiful faces, you know the podcast is always on YouTube, and as it always will be. Now, to get into some news, to get into some things, quick RIP to R.I.P. to the man. John McCain passed away, 81 years old. There's seems to be the both sides of it. There's people that, yeah, he's a war hero. You know, he was obviously captured as a POW. That's been some big news as it's being. Um, Something about refused to go home until everyone could go home, until everyone was freed from being a POW. So you have that side of it. And then you have people that also, you know, the conspiracy behind the scenes and what he was really doing. Some people don't like the guy. So let me take a sip of the sparkling. But either way, man, it's sad for his family and all that stuff if anybody passes away. So rest in peace to him. And with that, of course, comes the drama with Donald Trump because him and Trump obviously didn't get along. And like I've said many times before, I'm not a fan of Trump, but I also don't just blindly hate every single thing that he does. Like I said, he's not my favorite. He's not the worst. But the drama comes up with him and John McCain, which to me, I feel like Trump put out a statement that was fine. It was, you know, sorry to hear about his passing. Hope his family is doing well. That type of thing. You know, I'm paraphrasing, of course. And then a whole bunch of people come down with, oh man, he didn't say enough. He didn't, you know, he didn't write RIP enough. He might not go to the funeral, all that other stuff. But to me, a part of me has to respect that I have a few enemies in my life. Not many. I don't have that many friends. I don't have that many enemies. You know what I mean? It's kind of like there's a couple on the mountain up here. There's a couple on the mountain up there. And obviously I don't know the deepness of John McCain and Donald Trump's beef, but obviously in the public they didn't like each other. So I do kind of respect okay, man, he said rest in peace and hope the family's doing well. But then I can respect him not going to the funeral. And I understand too, maybe as president he's, quote, supposed to, or it would be in his best interest how it looks to the public to go. But I kind of do respect the thing of like, hey, just because he died, we're not friends. And of course, there is the respect, but Trump's been known to disrespect, and who knows really what it is. But like I said, of course, people hop on the whole, everybody's mad at something, man. Everybody's mad at something real quick. Being offended is now a sport. It's definitely out there, man. Being offended has become that new shit that everybody's on, where you get offended over everything, and it almost seems on purpose these days, you know? Like, to me, Trump and McCain didn't like each other. Trump says, hey, man, hope his family's doing well. To me, I see that as enough, you know? I'm not sure about the duties of the president, of what he has to do, things of that nature, like what he's supposed to do as a president. I don't think Trump knows either, to be honest with you. Obviously, this is his first time doing politics, and to be shot up to the top, he's in a fuck of a position. But, yeah, man, like I said, rest in peace, John McCain. That's just to be a man, to have the balls to go into the Army. And maybe he was back in the day where he got drafted, or he might have enlisted by himself. I don't know. But, you know, I respect anyone that has the balls to go to the Army, whether he was picked to go or he volunteered himself. So, yeah, man, once again, rest in peace to him. Other news, and just real quick, and if by chance you hear a little bit of sound in the background, the AC is running because I'm shooting this at it's 2:50 in the morning, 2:50 a.m., and it's still like 85 degrees out, and the humidity is still popping. And so by chance if you hear it in the background, I apologize, but it's fucking hot, dude. It's fucking hot. But to move on, man, speaking of people that are still alive / almost died, Demi Lovato is out here in the news again, partially because her stupid fucking drug dealer, the person that sold her the drugs / did the drugs with her that almost killed her. Man, hashtag white people are the worst. This guy, his name, let me see, I wrote down his name. His name was Demi Lovato, Brandon Johnson. Could there be a whiter name? But this dude, Brandon Johnson, he did an interview with TMZ admitting that he sold her the pills, that they did the pills together, that he left when she was asleep with, it's kind of like, obviously the gentleman is on under the influence of whatever it may be, but it's tough to be that dumb to just snitch on yourself on camera. And I guess for, all the cool kids say these days, for clout, but holy shit. Like, imagine you're the person that sold the drugs to Demi Lovato that almost got her killed. And of course, she took them under her own volition. She was the person that, decided to do the drugs. Nobody held her down and did it. And, but imagine you're the person that sold her the drugs or did the drugs with her. The last thing you do is get on camera and be like, yeah, that was me. But I mean, she knew that they weren't, straight from the pharmacy. She knew that they were secondhand from Mexico, so like it was up to her. Blah. Like, how do you just admit, like, how do you do anything except for keep your fucking mouth shut and keep walking? Instead of just straight up, yeah, I'm the one that sold her the drugs. Like, you do, bro. Like, it's not the move. I guess. And I don't know what this guy is. I saw there was a record of he got caught with some guns and some drugs and some money a couple months back. He got hit with a DUI. I don't know what he does. In the picture I saw of him, he had a chain on. White dude, like I said, with, some sort of diamond chain on. So who knows if it's real or fake? You never know. Who knows how he got his money? Who knows if he really does have money like that? But holy shit, it's not the thing to brag about to the media. And then, on another tip, like, if he's not arrested already since that interview came out, then why? Because he just snitched on himself and admitted that he was the one that sold them. But, even if he's not arrested yet, I'm sure that he will be, and he's probably fucked. Sometimes you drop your notes. Shit happens. But yeah, man, people are stupid. People do stupid shit just for the opportunity of maybe getting their name out there. Because to me, I'll speak in a past tense because it is in a past tense. There's definitely been times where I have, traded. Let's go. This is what they do these days. Donation. And well past the statute of, some marijuana for money, things like that. And I understand that I just said that it's stupid to snitch, and maybe I just snitched on myself. But like I said, we passed the statute. This is plenty of years ago. I'm 35 years old right now. I'm a fucking dinosaur. I'm the oldest. But this is, teenage year type stuff. And the last thing that you would do would be to, like, it's something that you wouldn't want people to know, but. Either way, that dude's most likely fucked, I guess, just to get his name out there. He said it for the, quote, clout, whatever that may be, because I don't even think people know. They just come up with the coolest words and keep saying them. Who the fuck knows? But, yeah, so that dude is probably fucked. But it'll be interesting to see that story going forward and how all that shakes out with, her, quote, bravery of going to rehab and all that other shit that just doesn't really make sense to me. I don't get it. Like, there's, I understand supporting people and doing the, hey, hope you get better shit, but she's the one that came out with a song about, yeah, I'm doing drugs again, and people are like, oh my God, I support you. Like, what? Like, there's no... I can akin it to... You ever been in an argument with your girlfriend, or girls, maybe with your boyfriend, and it doesn't matter what the issue might be, but your significant other will be like, well, I said I'm sorry. And you're like, but that doesn't erase what had happened. And I feel like that's kind of what happened with Demi Lovato. She's like... She tried to 8 Mile people. She's like, well, no, I said I'm doing drugs again. I was like, that doesn't make it a good thing. That doesn't make it like, okay, cool, you're doing drugs again. Fuck. It's just, I don't know, man. Everyone throws so much out there these days, and there can't be criticism because then you're hating. Like the words slut shaming, it blows my dick off. I don't understand it because it's not a favorable thing to be a slut. So, it almost be like if you said, "Yo, I stole this," and you're thief shaming me, when it's like, yeah, but it's not a good thing to be a thief, you know. So the whole slut shaming thing, it's like, yeah, it's not a good thing to be a slut. So that's why people would maybe disagree with that lifestyle or disagree or shit on you for doing what you're doing. It's weird. Like this, I'm probably in the minority of saying, yeah, it's weird that Demi Lovato would. Maybe she wasn't bragging about it, but she gets applauded for putting it back out in the. Man, I fell off the wagon. And everyone's like, oh my God, yes, yes, yes. So brave. I don't see the bravery, man. Like, you fucked up. Go get your stuff right. Try to make it happen. But of course, I wish the best for anybody out there being a millionaire and fucking up. Hopefully, she gets her shit right. Who knows? Obviously, I don't know that life. I don't know having way too much money at way too young. Because I'm sure if I was, back in my day when I was into experimenting and things like that, like it was like when the Osborne kids were fucked up. And you're like, yeah, they're fucking Ozzy's their father. Sharon the mother is, of course, a little bit more strict with everything, but they're kids that can get their hands on drugs at whatever young age it was. And that's the other thing, too, where when we were growing up, the drug amount that you could get would be limited because of your funds were limited, So you definitely understand why, say, like back in the day, man, if you could get your hands on a couple of what's the word? Vicodin pills. Back in the day, those were like a thing. Percocets, those type of stuff. Back in the day, if you can get your hands on a couple of them, that was the thing. But we didn't have the funds to be like, oh yeah. Let me get 500 of those forever. As let me get as many of those as I want for as long as I want. It just wasn't, it wasn't a thing. So I respect that, that struggle and that. I've never been in that particular situation, so of course I can't judge the whole, hey man, you can have as many drugs as you want and you're beautiful and you're rich and you're famous, go for it. I get it, man. It's got to be a fucked up situation. Moving on. Speaking of other fucked up situations, another shooting on the hands, man. This one was weird, as they all are. None of them are normal. And unfortunately, they start getting normal because even me, when I hear of a shooting, like it really doesn't. Honestly, I'm talking about the shooting because I have a podcast. When I see another shooting, the first thing I think, perhaps maybe it's on the conspiracy theory tip, but the first thing I think, not that it's fake, but oh man, this is another one that they're going to use to try to take guns away from people. And I'll tell you, I don't have guns. I don't have my gun permit, anything like that. So I'm not like, from my cold dead hands, that's not me. But I think if you go through the proper channels and just do your shit right, yeah, you should still be able to have a gun. But yeah, it's weird. I'm 1,000% desensitized to shootings. I'm not saying, obviously, if one fucking happened, near me, around me, that I would just be standing there like, wait, what's happening? Not that thing. And of course, would not do the white, as plenty of black comics make the joke of like, white people see danger, they run towards it. Nah, that wouldn't be me either. But they don't move the needle anymore when it's on the news. Like, I'm just fucking desensitized. I'm numb to the whole thing. But so the new quote mass shooting, and also mass shooting is weird because 3 people died. So I mean, but I guess because there's a mass number of people there, maybe that's where that comes from, or just the amount of shots fired could be mass. But the odd thing too is that it was a gamer. So in Jacksonville, Florida, there's a Madden tournament, and I guess it was qualifying rounds of a Madden tournament. For anyone that by chance doesn't know what I'm saying, John Madden football played on whatever system it might be, the Xbox or the PlayStation. Video games are huge now, as you know. Plenty of people have Twitch channels where they make a living off them, where people watch them play video games. But now everything has expanded out to they have these Madden tournaments that, they're huge. They're worldwide, man. People flying from all over the place. And from the information that I've seen and read through so far, it really just comes down to like this kid got mad that he lost, stood up and started shooting, which is whoa. That's that's a whole different situation. I remember back in my day, there was definitely a couple of broken controllers in the area, things like that. There's the rage quit. People know about that. But yeah, to be standing up and just start popping the blicky, that's some fucked shit. But then and he killed himself as well. He killed himself. His name was David Katz. So he can rest in piss. Hopefully you burn forever, brother. And it is the same thing as always. Now, because he's there's the chart and there's the graph. If a black guy kills people, oh my God, he's violent. If a white guy kills people, he's got mental issues, man, mental problems. If a Spanish/Mexican gentleman kills somebody, or just person kills someone, it's, oh my God, they're illegals and they're coming over the wall and they're killing everybody. If a Indian or dark skinned man of that nature kills somebody, it's terrorism. So there's it's set up on the wall, obviously. So this kid now kills 3 people, kills himself, and everywhere. He was mentally, fucked up, which, yeah, I think, to shoot somebody after a video game, of course you'd be mentally fucked up. But I think everyone in every situation, if you're pulling out a gun and shooting people, then you're probably not in the right mind state. So, and I didn't hear yet if his gun was legal. I didn't hear yet if he did the thing where it seems to all the white people, all the white, kids, teenagers, 20, whatever years old, that kill people and do the quote mass shootings. It seems like they all steal the guns from their parents. That seems to be the common theme with them. So who knows? I guess we'll see how that runs out. But not to be surprising, the Madden shut down the rest of their tournaments, which, sucks for the people that just try to get into the right thing and, hey, man, we're just going to play some video games. That's how we stay out of trouble. Like me, when I was growing up with me and my buddies, we made music. And even though we were loud, my mother let us have the corner of the basement, and then her room is on this side of the house, and we were in the corner of the basement, and we would to all hours of the night, but she kind of felt that we were doing, hey, at least they're not out doing whatever. They're in the basement making music, whatever it is. And it's unfortunate that these kids were just probably out there. Hey, man, that's what they do. They play video games. That's their thing. And to lose your life just doing that is some fucked up shit. So once again, David Katz, hopefully you burn in hell forever. And don't contribute to the loss of gun rights, because I don't know what the answer is, but I feel that the answer is not to take guns away from everybody. I don't see that being any type of fix for anything, because it's just the simple math of, if you take the guns away from everyone, then only the bad people will have guns. Like, you call police because they have guns. Like, cut out the middleman, and of course there should be stricter requirements to get guns. Of course, there should be waiting periods, things of that nature. But just trying to take guns away from absolutely everybody, that's I don't see. I don't see where that's going to help everything. And because then when nobody has a gun, then you can't defend yourself from. And I'm not one of those people where I'm like, because you got to defend in case the government turns. If the government turns, we're fucked. We're just dead. Like that. That's how it goes. So I don't know what the answer is on guns, but I feel like taking away from everybody is not the answer. But yeah, it's funny the people that use the excuse of we want our guns because if the government ever turns, hey, bro, if the government ever turns on us, it just is what it is. If they're going down the streets with tanks and fucking everybody up and pulling everyone out of the house, like your shotgun, your AK, your whatever the fuck you have isn't defending you, It's not, it's just we don't have what they have and we never will, Which that's, of course, the whole apocalypse situation where people seem to always take it there immediately with the guns and the AR-15s and all the automatic stuff. So it's interesting. Voting season's coming up, so a lot of people talking about guns in the voting season because November is voting season and weird shit, man. Like I was up in New Hampshire this weekend because my father is going to be retiring up there. And New Hampshire is nice, man. I enjoy New Hampshire. I live in Connecticut now, and it's just about a 2.5 hour drive up there. But it's wild, man. Just being out in the woods and the air quality. The air quality is it's a beautiful thing. And I just lost my train of thought by talking about fucking New Hampshire because it's so beautiful and serene up there that it's relaxing. It's just you don't hear cars. The noise pollution isn't there. And it's weird in places like that too, where pretty much everyone has a gun and nobody's getting shot. Like it's tons of people have shooting setups in their backyard and people aren't out shooting each other. So it's a weird thing, man. You never know. Like I said, to repeat myself, I don't know what the solution is, but I can't imagine that taking guns away from everybody would be the solution. So who knows, man? It'll be an argument that will be had for fucking ever. But yes, voting season is what I was talking about. And there was because I was in New Hampshire and I saw some lady's campaign where she was talking about, and if you elect me for whatever it was, governor, city council, whatever it was, I'm going to make automatic weapons illegal. And it's like, but no, you're not, because you can't do that. You alone can't do that. Yet working towards, okay, perhaps, maybe, you might try to dedicate whatever you can to that. But yeah, that's just not happening. The amount of people that you need to get is just, it's not going down anytime soon. But you never know. Little by little, they might start taking all the, making the gun changes, taking the rights away. But we'll see what happens. Like I've said plenty of times on the podcast, I'm so happy and so thankful to be alive right now because I feel like, and I'm sure as many other people have felt like, I feel like we're living in one of the best times, man, with just shit is happening while we're alive right now. You know what I mean? In terms of just how society is advancing and how many changes are happening, I think we live in one of the most exciting times. And once again, like I said, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but that a celebrity is in the White House is so fucking crazy to me that I'm so happy to be alive rather than if I was born today and then learned about it, in 12, 13 years, after it happened. that type of stuff. The gun issue, to find out, like, while we're alive, is it really going to happen where just you can't have guns anymore? Like, I think that would be fucking crazy to find out. All the advances in medicine, all the advances in fuel technology, things of that nature. It's just, man, it's a hell of a time to be alive. And, hopefully we stay that fucking way for a minute. But speaking of people that you don't even want to know if they want to be alive, hell of a transition. Thank you. Don't have a co-host to bounce it off. So if you have panic attacks now, ride them out. But some kind of crazy news. Sticking with the gun thing a little bit. There was a gentleman back in the day of WWE. Yes, it's fake, but so is everything else. Back in the day of WWE, in the 90s, a gentleman named Jason Sensation. And he did a great impression of Owen Hart. Rest in peace. And he got on Twitter today talking about he's at Monday Night Raw. He got past security and is going to blow his own head off when the show starts. Which is kind of crazy, and that's kind of like some third world country shit where, obviously it wouldn't be a suicide bombing, but, trying to kill yourself on live TV would be fucked. And it's odd that it comes from a guy who used to work at the company. But yeah, dude named Jason Sensation. But it turns out that he wasn't even there at the show tonight. And all signs kind of lead, man, that it's just a cry for help type thing. Because if you're really going to go and blow your head off, like, you're probably not going to be like, hey, guys, guess what I'm going to do? Because Monday Night Raw wrestling is watched by millions of people, perhaps not as soon as it's happening, but on replay. And, it'd be seen by plenty of people if dude actually did it. But good to hear that he wasn't even at the arena. But another thing that's interesting, too, is that since his Twitter is gone, the cops said that they got in contact with him. But, yeah, dude's Twitter is gone. He didn't even get the opportunity to pretend that it was hacked, anything like that. So, yeah, man, hopefully that guy works out whatever he needs to work out. Because they say, man, with wrestling and entertainment and anything like that, once you hit that, and not that this guy hit the, peak of wrestling, but that entertainment thing, once you're used to being out there in front of crowds of 10, 20,000 people, they say it's tough to shut it off. It's tough to go back to being, normal guy. So this guy had a little run with the company. You're out there, and then just, it's got to be tough to go back to being a normal person, after you've tasted the good life. Kind of like that Scarface thing where it's like, it's not a life that you can sustain, but you just get up there and kind of, explode instead of coming back down. So that situation sucks, but yeah, hopefully the guy gets the help that he needs if he's even afforded it, or he might just be, locked up for threatening, whatever it may be. Other wrestler news, a gentleman who actually was hacked was Goldberg. People know Goldberg for being, for looking like Stone Cold, and he had the streak where he won 170 whatever matches in a row. He actually did get hacked. Somebody hacked his Twitter and said that Donald Trump stopped talking shit about me, or I'm going to kill you, and all that other stuff, which was cleared up pretty quick because Bill Goldberg is still one of those guys where, man, he's still a millionaire. He did the right thing with his money. He did plenty well for himself, and that got that got quelled pretty quickly. So it'd be interesting to see if perhaps this other guy, Jason Sensation, might claim that he went through the same thing. But who knows, man? That social media is crazy to where, yeah, man, you have the freedom of speech, but it's same like with speaking. Like, man, you can't be threatening people. You can't do any of that other shit. So it's wild, man. Social media is another thing that I guess I'm happy to be alive to witness it, but that's something that, and it's crazy too because how I'm communicating with everybody now that might be listening is social media. But it's really that double-edged sword of the people who live their life by likes and get that dopamine from that shit. It's definitely a drug. It's definitely a drug out there. Like today, when doing some research for, because I write down during the week things that I'd like to talk about on the podcast, things I'd like to discuss. And then there's things that you see that aren't news to you. Like I saw that Kanye West bought Kim Kardashian a neon green Mercedes something wagon. And to me, I see that and I'm just like, okay, I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just okay. But there's definitely a certain demographic out there that are just like, oh my God, all I would ever want to do would be to take a picture in front of a car like that. Because if I take a picture in front of a car like that, people would think that I have the same money that they do. And then people will like me and like my picture. And it's just, whew, it's, I think that's a dangerous dragon to chase with trying to get that amount of attention. And you can see it, man. It's fucking weird. Like, the amount of people that even, and I'm a normal person just like anybody else, but even just normal people that in real life will hold their phone up and be like, hey guys, I don't get it, man. Everyone's their own little celebrity. Everyone has their own little reality show going on, and they're not that good. Like, they're not necessarily a reality show that you want to watch. But I don't think people know how to turn it off either, to where people just love that. Like I said, they love that like. That's that dopamine shot. Where me, a hashtag that I use a lot of the times is you don't need to know this. Because I'll post something and I'll realize, like, I'll go swimming with my dog in the pool. Take a bunch of pictures of her for me because I love my dog. She's cute pit bull. And then it's just kind of like, then what we do is then you put those pictures on the internet to show other people what you're doing, or almost like show off what you're doing, even though like swimming with my dog is nothing to brag about, but I just mean like it's kind of that sharing thing. And a lot of people get into the oversharing, which I don't feel like I do. Or maybe I am oversharing by staring into a camera and talking we're at like 38 minutes right now, So who knows? But yeah, man, that social media is a fuck of a drug. The amount of people, and I feel like a lot of people think that they have more people paying attention to them than actually are paying attention to them, which is why there's that, like I said, the standard now is to put your phone up and say, hey guys, like you have a audience out there built in, like just waiting, like, okay, what's going on? Like, it's just, I don't know. Because that's why I have the conflict, like I was even talking to Young Pastry about it, of starting this podcast with, and we're 34 episodes deep in now, and so it's kind of going away. But even with starting it, I had I don't want anyone to think that I think I'm important enough to listen to. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those, I try to put it out there as like, hey, this stuff happens. We like to talk. Everyone has an opinion. Throw it out there. If you got an opinion, hit us back with them, 203-594-6977. You know what I mean? So just, I enjoy having conversations with people, and I enjoy speaking and exchanging ideas. But with starting it, I definitely had the holdup of like, I don't want anyone to think that I think, well, you got to listen to what I'm saying. It's just, I don't know. It might be an insecurity thing. It might just be I feel like I don't feel like them. I don't feel like the hey guys people. I feel like I don't feel like the well, I gotta put this up because my fans are watching. Like, ugh, I hate that shit. Like anyone that goes live, like that shit kills me. Where they're like, I follow a couple porn stars on Instagram. There was one the other day that put up a live video, and mind you, I did not watch it. But like I skipped forward a couple because when you hit skip, it skips like 30 seconds or whatever. She put up a fucking set up the phone and like is building a bookcase and probably has like 50, 75, 100,000 people that are going to watch her build a fucking bookcase. You know what I mean? It's where like everything has become content. Everything has become I think I don't want to say people think that their lives are too maybe people think their lives are really, really like not even entertaining, but I think people think that other people are invested in their lives so much and almost don't understand that that's like that's your life. But I don't know. I might be completely fucking wrong and I might be doing the same thing and don't even know it, you know? But yeah, like I said, I don't think my opinion is any more important than others. I just, like I said, me and Pastry would do this if the cameras weren't on. So we'll put the cameras on and record it and see if people like it, you know? That's really what it is. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, it's a little inner war. There's the outer war. There's the watermelon versus pumpkin war. There's the infinity war. But you had that little inner monologue, that little inner battle of, I don't think I'm that important. You know, I like to share my opinions, things of that nature. Hey guys, that's what it is, man. Let's move on to something else. Speaking bars. Speaking of putting out fucking oh my God, everybody pay attention to me videos. Cardi B, who I don't understand the attraction. I will never understand the attraction because I just find her fucking annoying. I'm a fan of rap music. I'm not a fan of the music that she does, but we'll get back to all of that. She put a video of herself online being fingered by her boyfriend, fiance, baby mama, one of the gentlemen from the Migos. I believe it's Offset. I'm not positive, but that's like, you're really, really, really famous already. That's some weird shit to try to... Like I said, I'm not rich. Hopefully I'll get comfortable. But I don't see where the lapse in judgment comes to where you just had a kid. Nothing that's ever put on the internet goes away. And not that she's, never done anything that's less than savory in the past, but you just put a video of yourself getting fingered on the internet. And mind you, you don't see, anything X-rated. It's her bragging about, like, the caption is her bragging about 6 months or 6 weeks after she had a baby, you can have sex again, that type of thing. But it's such an odd thing to share of, like, however many millions of people that she has on all social media accounts. Like, you're really holding the phone up doing the hey guys thing while getting fingered and, like, kissing the dude, but you're just showing your entire fan base you getting fingered. I don't get it, man. Like, I don't get the appeal. I don't understand. She seems like such an annoying person. Like, that's the only vibe that I get from her, is she's like the girl that thinks that she wins an argument by talking the loudest. Like, if she can scream at you until you stop talking, she's like, yep, I won. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get, and I feel like she's getting played too. I feel like she's the new puppet that like mainstream white hosts and other shit like that just see as just like, oh, cool, you're the loud, annoying black girl. All right, well, we'll play for you. We'll play with you for a little while, and then, you know, whatever. I don't get it, man. I don't. I just miss the appeal of it. I don't understand it. It's like I said, dude. I've listened to hip hop music for all my life. I pray for someone like you, and I don't get it. Like I said, I'm old. I'm 35, so that shit probably isn't for me at all anyway, you know? That shit is just probably for a entirely different generation of, and that's what it is. It's kids. It's for, you know, truth for the youth. Step in the booth. It's not for me, but like I said, I'm old. I don't understand it. I don't get the putting a video of yourself getting fingered online is going to be like, yeah, this is that shit. So I don't get it. I'm old. I said it. Whatever. In some lighter news, Weird Al Yankovic got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Shout out to him, man, doing remixes. It's funny, like they shit on Puffy for doing remixes. Weird Al, he's been doing remixes, you know, forever as well. But man, he's a hell of a talent, you know. Just learning how to flip shit and you know, make old songs new again. So shout out to Weird Al, man. That's just a quick little dimple in there, man. Got the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's where it's at. In other news, on the way back from New Hampshire, like I said, I was up in the Hamp, doing Hamp things, breathing that fresh air. On the way back, I stopped at the MGM Casino, just opened up in Springfield, man. And as the kids would say, it was pop. No, as the kids would say, it was lit, but it was popping. It was fucking packed. If by chance you live in the area, around the area, or have been to casinos like Mohegan and Foxwoods, it's definitely a lot smaller than those. It was like how you could be in one area of Fox. I'm explaining this beautifully, by the way. You could be in. That's the thing about Mohegan and Fox is that they have a bunch of casinos inside of them. So it would be like one casino inside of Mohegan or Foxwoods. That was the entire building of that new MGM in Springfield. But man, I went in there. It was packed. It was like a concert, you know. Prices were high. Prices were up there. But one thing that was cool is they had like free drinks set up, non-alcoholic. You know, they had those, you know, those Coke machines where you can get anything. They pride themselves on, you know, you can get 200 whatever different drinks out of here. They had Coke machines set up. I'm sure it's a sponsor. They had those machines set up with the free cups, free ice, free coffee, free tea, stuff like that. Coke machine set up with the cans where you can just grab a can of Coke if you wanted to. So that was pretty cool to see that they just had, you know, free refreshments. I'm sure I'll go back at some point and see if that's still a thing or if that was for the opening or not. Who knows? But it's cool, man. I enjoy the vibe of a casino. The tables were really high, in which they should be because the casino just opened. You know, tables were $25 minimum, and I don't ball like that. So I mingled around a little bit. Went and played some slots, you know, threw in my $20 in a 25-cent slot, got down to $10, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm going to just make this donation. And I went over to the dollar machine, hitting, nothing. I got down to $3 left on my thing. Boom. $20. All right, cool, man. I'll break even and I'll be out. So I was there for probably about a half an hour, but it's nice, man. It's a really nice facility. Like I said, smaller than the other casinos that I've been to, But I'm sure once the newness of it dies down, it'd probably be a pretty chill spot to go to. And Springfield is right across the border of Connecticut. If you go there, take a 91. You don't have to pay any tolls, anything like that, which is pretty straight, right across the street from the Basketball Hall of Fame. So there's plenty of stuff up there. But yeah, man, if you guys are into casino games, and I wanted to play some craps, but like I said, the table prices were understandably up there, man. But if anybody out there, if you got casino adventures, if you got favorite casino games, man, let us know. Hit us up, 203-594-6977, man. This is episode 34 of the Watermelon versus Pumpkin podcast. And, man, to close it out, we're going to hit up a couple of these 34s right now. I'm talking about 34, man. Hakeem Olajuwon, the motherfucking dream on the Houston Rockets. They didn't know about before the Harlem Shake was the Dream Shake. Hakeem Olajuwon head faked so many times. And one of the weird rules that I do hate in the NBA is if you head fake and the other guy jumps to block the shot that he thought that you were going to make, you can then dive your head, chest, and shoulders into this man, and then it ends up being his fault. It's weird, but I guess once you leave your feet, it's anything goes. But Hakeem had motherfuckers jumping like crisscross. I told you I'm old as fuck. 35 years old, man. I'm definitely middle aged. You know what I mean? You got to think about that now. Where I'm like, bro. I mean, hopefully when I get older, they'll be extending lives way past. But who knows? But have 35. 70. It's up there. Charles Barkley, number 34. Dude was serious. Shut up and jam. Once again, I'm old as fuck. If you know about Sega, shut up and jam. Charles Barkley, man, still one of the players. I don't think he ever got a ring, but definitely a mean player, man, back in the day. Let's see, who else I got up here? Walter Payton, running it on Chicago. Kirby Puckett. Man, Jesus, fuck, I'm old. If you had a Nintendo and if you had RBI Baseball 3, you would know, because I remember that's back in the day, we played the video games, and then you would watch the real people, that's like how you would learn about them is in the video game, and then you'd be interested in watching the real game online. But Kirby Puckett, dingers all day. That's all it was. Kirby Puckett going yard. It's a beautiful thing. Shaquille O'Neal in the Lakers, man. Once he went to the Lakers, he was number 34, right? Number 32 in Orlando, number 34 in L.A. L.A., no big news coming out of there still, but Shaq on the Lakers, I know he got a couple of rings with Kobe, but they had the beef, man, and that rumor mill is still popping. And I made the prediction, not that it was a grand prediction that nobody else could have, thought of, but hey, man, I can see Kobe coming back for a little bit. At least for, that off the bench Kobe, if he ever wanted to, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he could probably still go, but I know he did have the some of the ankle and the Achilles. It's tough to always come back from that, but I think Kobe wants to do it. I think he might have to convince his wife. He might have to hit her off with another one of those rocks, because when there was the whole anal sex allegations and with the rape allegations and all that, he hit her with a rock. And I don't mean that he hit her with a rock. He gave her a diamond is what I'm saying. But, man, I'd like to see Kobe come back for a little bit. I think that would be – I think it'd be serious. We've said this before. It doesn't matter. But, yeah, man, Shaq on the Lakers, number 34. When he was getting, a little bit long in the tooth, he wasn't – I don't think ever on the Lakers he was really tearing down rims like that. Obviously, he's still a great player. But, I mean, I don't think he was as aggressive – and was tearing down rims and, causing delay of game and shit like that. Also, that's when I think he was just getting. Well, he also had some weight issues on the Lakers. And shout out to Kevin Smith real quick, man. Kevin Smith lost 51 pounds after having a heart attack, and dude's looking like he'll be around for a while. So shout out to Kevin Smith. You know about Mallrats, all those movies. Chasing Amy. No, I'm not going to say the real popular ones. Bars. But yeah, man, Shaquille O'Neal. I think when he was on the Lakers, he kind of got into that, like, he was tired of being fucking hacked all the time. Obviously, couldn't shoot a free throw to save his life. Those sorts of things. So, Shaq's still one of the biggest legends of all time, man. Shout out to him on the Lakers. Ray Allen, also number 34, man. Ray Allen. The reason that we have a special connection to him is, man, he came up through UConn. And if you're in other states and things like that, man, you know about UConn because we have a stupid women's basketball team that it's rare when you hear about the loss. That's what it is, to where it's like, it's not, oh, man, they have a pretty good. No. It's like, oh shit, they lost? What happened? It's a real rare occasion if they lose. So, but obviously Ray was not on the women's team. But yeah, man, Ray Allen, he came through UConn. So there's always been that special, like, man, you know that he came from your college because, as we've said 1 or 2 times or 4 times or 12 times, Connecticut, man, we have no teams. We have no fucking major league, teams for anything. So we got to root for our colleges, man. We got to root for our AAA ball, if possible. But yeah, man, Ray Allen always had a shining spot for him because, yeah, man, he came up through UConn, and I think he has the most threes of all time, or maybe Steph Curry might have passed that. But I know Ray's up there. Always nice with the three. Me and my buddies, we actually went to Ray Allen's basketball camp. He wouldn't dunk. He wouldn't do anything besides, I think he did like a 6-minute speech, and that was about it. But shout out to him, man. He's definitely future Hall of Famer, if not in the Hall of Fame already, because who the fuck checks the NBA Hall of Fame? I don't. But, man, and last but not least, Nolan Ryan. Motherfucking Nolan Ryan. Once again, showing the age of myself. People probably might not know about Nolan Ryan, man. Nolan Ryan was that dude to where he had a fastball, and you would not hit this fastball because he threw the fucking fastball so fast, it just wasn't happening. Yeah, man, Nolan Ryan was, and he was back in the day one of those dudes to where, like, nowadays I watch baseball and I'm like, all these dudes are young. Like, everybody looks young, and then it seems like they're retired by 30 and shit. I don't know how old Nolan Ryan was, but to me, he was 46 years old throwing a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I'm sure this didn't happen because I was a child, and as a child you have the memories, and the memories aren't right. But he was back in that day where, like, I feel like nowadays it's, dudes in their 20s play, but I feel like men used to play baseball, mad mustaches, beautiful mustaches back in the day. I remember a lot of dudes on the Oakland A's had some mean Dennis Eckersley's mustache, out of control. But yeah, back in the day, I feel like they were older when they played baseball, but I could be completely wrong, and it was just because it was the 70s and 80s and the hairstyles and shit. But yeah, I felt it was like, men played back then. When Nolan Ryan, like, he could have been a grandfather and was pitching. I don't know. But it's a beautiful thing, man. If you ever choose to YouTube some Nolan Ryan highlights, it's out of control. So, man. And just like that, episode 34. I appreciate you for joining. I apologize once again. That is just the solo pumpkin doing this episode. But like I said, man, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it bees like that. Sometimes it happens like that. But I appreciate you for tuning in anyway. Whether you listened to the whole thing, whether you checked it out, found out that it was just me and turned it off, that's okay too. It's all good. hit us up on this hotline, 203-594-6977. Of course, this episode will be out on the Wednesday. And like I said, we're going to have a second episode out on Friday after the trip to Philadelphia to go see those Eagles and Jets play. So if by chance you're watching the game, you might see us, man, because we're, I think, row 26, something like that. So we got pretty good seats. You might see us on the flash by. You might see us on the flyby. I definitely know that Young Pastry's going to be there. Pastry hat with the Eagles logo on it. He's going to be there with a goddamn apron on with the Eagles logo out there. So they might put the camera on him, or they might not because it's a preseason game and nobody gives a shit. But you never know. It might be out there. But we'll be out there repping that watermelon versus pumpkin. So once again, man, watermelonversuspumpkin.com. That's watermelonvspumpkin.com. The hotline that you can call or text. And of course, it is always 100% free. 203-594-6977. Follow me, not your co-host, Lil Mattress on everything. LILMATTRESS on all social media. And once again, if you want to support, if you want to purchase the merchandise, WVPshop.com. Could be GBIclothing.com. Greatness blinds in ignorance. God body Illuminati. You know what it is. So yeah, once again, appreciate you joining for episode 34. Listen to us on all. Let's bring it back, Bruce. Listen to us on anywhere that you can listen to a podcast. We will be there. Watch the beautiful faces on YouTube if you choose to. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Let other people know what the fuck is going on. Let them know that we out here doing things and saying stuff. So, yeah, man, until Friday, we appreciate you guys. Thank you. Hey, guys. Peace.